Good morning, students. Hope you all are fine and good. So, today's chapter is chapter 10. We are going to see chapter 10, that is human resource management. Under human resource management, we already saw on the chapter 9. It was about the human resource management, like how to control importance, everything we have seen. So, now we are going to see about the recruitment methods, isn't it? One of the main role of a human resource is to recruit the people, isn't it? Recruit the employees. So, that is what we are going to see in this chapter, that is recruitment method. Okay, let's see what it is. So the meaning and definition of recruitment is the process of finding suitable candidates for the various posts in an organization. It is a process of attracting potential people to apply for a job in an organization. So it means what it is a process actually suitable, like how you will select a suitable candidate for the various posts in an organization. It is a process of attracting potential people. That means it is a process by which the talented people have been identified and the work is given to them. Okay, it acts as a link between the job provider and job seeker. It encourages the prospective employees. It means it acts as a link. So what kind of link is made between the job provider, that is the job giver, and the job seeker? Seeker means the person who is going to seek for the job, who is going to search for a job. Okay, so it has a link between the job provider and the job seeker. It encourages the prospective employees so that to apply for the job, and then the organization scrutinizes the applications received and the suitable candidates are shortlisted for selection. The following are some of the definitions of recruitment. So it's very simple, isn't it? So when you just want a job in an organization, what will they do? They will first of all, they will find out how the applications have come, isn't it? The resumes, how the resumes and all have been they have received the resumes, and based on that what kind of category they have, like what vacancy is available in that particular school or in that organization, that they will check for. And then only if it is required for them, that particular work is required for them, then only what they will do, they will just call the person for the interview. That is actually the first initial stage, and before that they will even shortlist according to the vacancy, and even according to that they will just call them for the interview. So from that from those members they will shortlist, and then they will select the best among the candidates. So see, there is a definition given for this recruitment according to Edwin B. Flippo. It is a process of searching for prospective employees and stimulating and encouraging them to apply for a job in an organization. This is the definition for the recruitment. Reasons behind the recruitment. What are the reasons that we have behind the recruitment? The first one, there are different reasons why the vacancies arises, and they are: the first one, like how the vacancies will come in an organization, how it will happen in an organization. Those are the points which are given here. First one, retirement of an employee. It means if one employee is going to get retired. Okay. The next point is death of an employee. It means if one employee dies, someone is already in a job, but he has a service time also, but then due to some of the various reasons he has passed away. So because of that the vacancies will arise. Resignation of job by an employee. One is going to resign the job and go for some other job, or maybe for some other reasons. Okay, for that also vacancies will arise. Disablement of an employee. Even in some cases where the manager will feel that the employee is not suitable for the job and he is not able to do his job in a proper way. For that reason also the vacancies will arise. So dismissal of an employee. Of course, the organization finds that the person who is working in the organization has not done his job properly. So because of that, he is received a dismiss. Okay. So these are the various reasons, the 5 reasons by which the vacancies will arise. Okay. The next one that we have is the recruitment process. We do have 2 different types of recruitment process. That is the steps are given here, the process are given here. First one, planning recruitment. Okay. So first one is planning recruitment. Next one is determining the vacancies. Third one, identifying the sources, drafting information for advertisement, selecting the suitable mode of advertisement, facilitating the selection process, evaluation and control. So we are just going to see about the complete the types that we see here. Let's see first one, planning recruitment. First, before doing any recruitment, what will the organization do? They will just plan the recruitment, like how they want to do that, they will plan it. Next one, determining the vacancies. So based on the vacancies, like how much vacancies are available, what kind of jobs are available, that they will identify. Then they will identify the sources from where the recruitment can be taken off, and from where the people can be selected, the candidates can be selected, that they will identify. That is fourth one, drafting the information from the advertisement. So they will get the information even from the televisions or radio or newspaper or somehow. So then what they will do, they will just select the information. After that, what they will do, they will draft the information, they will select the information, they will draft it accordingly, so that which candidate is suitable for the job, and next level they will just select the suitable mode of advertisement. Then they will select the kind of advertisement which they wanted to go for, maybe a newspaper, magazines, or maybe in even through now and all we have so many recruitment engines are there, search engines are there in Google itself, isn't it, where they will so many are putting the jobs, the vacancies and all in it, and by which they get the job. So next, facilitating the selection process, like how to select a candidate, that process is being facilitated. After which the final one is evaluation and control. It means nothing but, so once a job has been, if that candidate is selected, after that, like how he has to get evaluated and how he has to be controlled, all that process is being fixed first of all, and then only the recruitment itself will begin. Okay, so let's see the sources of recruitment here. We do have two types of sources of recruitment. One is internal and the other one is external, isn't it? So internal means what, external means what? Internal means within the organization they will just find out a job vacancies, that is internal. External means they will find the candidates outside the organization, maybe through advertisement, maybe through agencies, maybe through as I told you, search engines, or maybe by newspaper or all that. Okay, so that is external, even by references also. So all that is the external source of reference. Okay, let's go on with the topic in detail now. See, recruitment, internal, it means nothing but transfer. Transfer is nothing but if one person is going to, for example, one vacancy is being created. Okay, for that particular vacancy, already one person is there in the job in some other location for the same company. So what do? That maybe that the members, the employees are more in that particular team. Maybe they are trying to relocate the person. So what they will do, they will give a transfer to that particular person, and then they will transfer the candidate. That is the first case. Second one in internal is promotion. Promotion means they will just give promotion, and then they will maybe some other some other person who is working in some other cadre, they may get they may give promotion, and they will create the vacancies, and then they will come for the job. So that is the second one. Upgrading means they will upgrade the people, and according to that they will get the. Okay. So upgrading means the one person will be observed for his performance, and based on the performance what he will do, based on the performance and everything, he will be given he will be given a high position by which his work is being identified, and he will be motivated for the higher position, that is upgrading. Okay, so let's go on with the topics here. There are basically two ways by which an organization can recruit its employees, namely internal and external sources. External sources can further be classified into direct and indirect sources. As I already told you, these are the two things, there are two different types within the external sources itself. Internal sources, see, as I told you, transfer, upgrade, promotion, demotion, recommendation by existing employees, job rotation, retired employees, dependents, previous applicants, acquisitions and mergers. These all comes under internal sources. These all I will explain in the future points. Okay. External sources, direct recruitment. As I told you, direct means advertisement, unsolicited applicants, walk-ins, campus recruitment, recruitment at factory gates, rival firms, and then e-recruitment. All these are direct recruitment. As I already told you, external means they are not going to get connected with the company. From outside they will come. They are external sources. Okay. Indirect means from employee referral they will get. Government or public employment exchanges, from there also they will get jobs. Employment agencies they will get. Employment consultancies are there. Then professional associations are there. Then deputations are there. Word of mouth also is there. Labor contractors. Then job portals, outsourcing, poaching, all this is there. Okay. And next one, see the internal sources that we have. The internal sources, the following are the internal sources of recruitment. First one is transfer, as I already told you. Upgrading, performance appraisals, helps in process of moving the employee from the lower position to higher position, as I explained to you. Promotion, this already we discussed. Demotion, demotion means movement of employees from a higher position to a lower position. Promotion, the opposite of promotion is actually demotion. If a person doesn't perform well, what will happen is from the highest post he will be given demotion, and he will be sent to the lower post, that is demotion. Okay. Next one that we have is recommendation by existing employees. So the existing employees itself, what will they do? They will recommend for the work, that is recommendation by the existing employees. So the next one that we have, next topic that we have is Job rotation. Job rotation means just one single employee managing to learn how to perform in more than one job on rotation. So maybe one particular candidate, he will be trained about different jobs. That is called as job rotation. So he will be in some other department also. He will be taught some other work also, where he will get rotated and he will be into a team. That is job rotation. Retention means the retiring employees can be used to meet the requirement after superannuation as per the management discretion. So retention means the already retired employees, due to some other schemes, they can just use those employees for meanwhile still new candidate is placed. Okay, that is retention, to maintain the employees to do the job. Retired employees means the employees who have already retired can be called to fill the vacancies as they have the required qualification experience. Of course, even retired employee also they can call and they can make them to do the work. Dependents, the legal hires or dependent employees may be given a chance to replace the deceased. Of course, if someone is not feeling well and he is not able to come for a job, even some other person from the same family can be put into the job and the job can be done. This actually mostly happens in the case of government companies. Okay, that is what dependence. Previous applicants means what? So it means the applicants who have already applied for any job advertised in the past, whose name appears in the database but not selected at that point of time, can be utilized. The applicants who have already applied for a job, the person who has already applied, okay, and that person at that particular time he has not got the job, but the next time he can even get the job. So that is the previous applicant. Acquisitions and mergers means so there is another way by which organization acquires another business unit or merging with another establishment. For that reason also they can use it. So external sources means what? Direct, that is advertisement, as I told you. So many advertisements are there. I think you know very well about advertising. You have learned in 11th standard also. Unsolicited applicants means they are the application of the job seekers who voluntarily apply for the vacancies not yet notified by the organization. Yeah, they will not be notified about the job and all, but though they will, out of their interest, they will just out of an interest in particular company, they will just give their resume and go. No, that kind of thing is called as unsolicited applicants. Okay, they will not expect for a job and all, but for namesake they will just give the application and they will go. That is walk-ins means just going into a company and just attending an interview. That is walk-in applicants. So that is based on the qualification, based on the suitability, based on the vacancies, they will get a job. The campus recruitments, the organization visit the educational institutions to identify and recruit the suitable candidates. So what will they do? We know very well about this campus recruitment, right? In colleges and all, nowadays we have it in so many colleges we have. So majority of the colleges, when the children are in third year, that is in final year, obviously from outside the organization they will come to this college and they will select the people according to their vacancies, what is available for them, and based on the efficiency of the students they will select them for the job and they will give offer letters and all. Okay, that is campus recruitment. Recruitment at factory gate means these are like temporary workers. Okay, laborers. If we need more laborers at that particular time, they will just take them. Casual or temporary also we can say. So these are the people they just recruit and they will be paid according to maybe hourly basis or on the daily basis also. Rival firms, it means this is also called as poaching. It means where the efficient employees of rival companies are drawn to the organization by higher pay and benefits. Of course, for example, if a company come across such a good candidates and if they come to know the employee are very efficient in that, they will offer a good pay for them, then they will call them for the job. That is called as rival firms. So that is the examples we have is a salesman, chartered accountant, management professions, all that. Okay, so next one is e-recruitment. It is nothing, very simple. It is through online recruitment. So I already told you we have so many search engines through which we will select for the candidates. We will select the candidates and by how based on the vacancies and efficiency, qualification and so on, they will select and filter the candidates and they will call for the interview. That is e-recruitment. That is through online. Okay. The next one that we have is indirect recruitment. What are the indirect recruitment that we have? Employee referral. Employee referral means the employees will refer a candidate for the job and based on that they will come for interview and if they get selected they will give the code of the employee for the job. Okay, so maybe some part of the commission or some part of some amount will go for them as a employee referral to them. Okay, government and public employment exchanges. So government and public employment exchanges. Okay, the next topic, the next point we have is the government or public employment exchange. So through government exchanges, we have employment exchanges, right? So from there, the candidates are picked and they will get the job. These cases will happen only for the government companies, okay? These are mostly applicable for government companies. So next one is private employment agencies. Of course, nowadays what candidates are doing, they're just giving their resume to a private agencies, and from there they will just pay some amount for them, say 1,000 rupees, 2,000. They will give their resume. They will say which suitable job according to their requirement. They will just give them the companies, and based on that they will get selected. So that is private employment agencies. Okay. The next point is from the employment consultancy. Same. Private recruitment consultancies and employment consultancies are almost same. So employment consultancies means they are consultancies who will only handle with the employment and all. So they will just help them for these type of firms facilitates the recruitment on behalf of the client companies at cost. So these consultancies, they will have one particular client with them. They will not have multi clients and all. They will have one particular. For example, engineering means only engineering jobs they will have. So they will have some few clients with them in their hands. So those clients, they will they will give the candidates to them, and if they are getting selected, based on that they will get some commission. Okay. So that is what employment consultancies. Professional association, it means so organizations seeking applicants of high caliber and repute with the technical knowledge approach. Professional associations like Institute of Chartered Accountant, the Indian Medical Association, the Institute of Training and Development, the Institute of Engineers, All India Management Association, etc., to identify the right person. So here, if you just go for a candidate for a high caliber, you can't just go see the resumes over everywhere. So it will be just you can just check with the associations, where you can just they will if they have any vacancies, they will just let them in the association itself. So from there you can select a person and you can place them for the job. So these high caliber people we can't find out from other kind of search engines. Okay. And deputation means a person who is already an employee of an organization can be deputed for a specific job for a specified period as a short term solution. So for one particular period, for temporary reason, already he is working in some other organization. For some other reason, he will be selected for a job, and that particular job he will complete and he will go. That is deputation. Okay. Word of mouth. It means through the word of mouth, if someone is going to tell about the job vacancies to someone else, so through that even vacancies will arrive and the candidates will get the job. That is word of mouth. Labor contractors, of course, based on the contract, the laborers will be appointed. That is labor contractors. Job portals, we have so many job portals, right? In search engine, if you just go in a Google search, if you just give vacancies, job vacancies for so and so job, you will get so many listed out, isn't it? So that is called as job portal. You will have so many kind of websites and all for the jobs. So that is Naukri, then Times India, all that is a job portal only. Next one, recent trends in recruitment. So what are the recent trends that we have? Recent methods of recruitment by organizations include the following method. So now recently, like how vacancies arises, like outsourcing. See, before and all, if you just say HR, if you just call a person HR, then it means big organization, people will work, the employees will work, and they will recruit, and their work is only to maintain the employees the employees potentials, okay, and all their how to maintain the employee reputation, all that was their work. But now if you see HR and all, we even have two different types. One is direct, they will handle the jobs where big MNCs are there, so many employees they will handle all together. This outsourcing means they will call the candidates, and they will see the resume online, and they will call the candidates and they will invite for the walk-in. So based on that they will get some incentive and all, performance incentive and so on. So that is outsourcing. Outsourcing means just making you don't have any reference with that particular person, only through the voice you will know. So they will call, they will get to know about you, and so many details they will collect, and then finally they will just ask you to go for an interview, and once when you are selected, they will call you and they will help you for joining and so on. Okay, that is outsourcing. See, there are outsourcing firms that helps in the process of recruiting through screening of applications and finding the right person for the job for which job they are paid service charges. Okay. The next one is recruitment process outsourcing. What is recruitment process outsourcing? If you see, that is RPO, even that is the short form is RPO. Okay, requirement understanding, advertise and source, screening, validation, profile submission, interview process and feedback, selection and follow up. So all these are there under recruitment process outsourcing. Okay, the next we have is the poaching, that is organization instead of training and developing their own employees, hire employees of other competitive companies by paying them more both financial and non-financial benefits. It is called as raiding. It means, see, employees instead of giving training and development, their own employees they will hire from the other companies where the vacancies will be. So what is poaching? Poaching means what they will do is in an organization they will just select, they will hire the employees from the other organization so that they will just benefit out of training and they need not pay much for the training and all. So that is called as poaching. So they get two kind of benefits. One is financial, the other one is non-financial benefit. Okay, financial means the salary will be given high, and the next one, non-financial benefits, means so many fringe benefits, like even those employees, they will get benefits for their the children to get educated, or for the transportation, for the infrastructure, for traveling and so on. So that is the financial kind of help. So that is this process is called as raiding. Okay, so with this lesson gets over, students. So I believe you would have understood this section. So if you have any doubt, you can just come back to me to the live session. Okay, you can ask me, you can write your doubts in a paper, and then you can just come back to me for the live session. So hope you all are safe and fine. So thank you, students.